Rain hammered the charred timbers like fists on a coffin lid. Elias hunched against his horse's flank, the animal snorting steam into the downpour. The homestead skeleton loomed ahead, black ribs jutting from sodden earth. Smoke long fled, but the stink of wet ash clinging to everything. He had ridden out here on a hunch, whispers in town about fire that wasn't lightning, about a family gone quiet overnight. His boots sank into mud as he dismounted, lantern swinging from his belt, casting jittery shadows over the boy's form huddled by what used to be the hearth. The kid couldn't have been more than 14, knees pulled to his chest, shirt plastered to his ribs like a second skin. Trembling hard, eyes wide and fixed on the ground, as if the dirt held answers. Elias stopped 10 feet out, water dripping from his hat brim. He cleared his throat, voice low against the storm's roar. "Boy!" No answer, just a flinch, shoulders hunching tighter. "You alone out here?" The kid's head jerked up, face smeared with soot and rain, lips cracked and bloodless. He scrambled back on his heels, scraping against stone. "Stay back. Don't come closer." Elias held up empty hands, palm out. "Ain't here to hurt you. Name's Elias, sheriff in town." The boy laughed, a sharp bark that dissolved into a cough. "Sheriff, right. Where were you last night?" "Got word too late. Fire was out by the time I saddled up." Elias edged forward, slow, like approaching a spooked colt. The air hung heavy with the ghosts of this place, the way the wind whistled through gaps where walls once stood. He remembered his own father's farm, gone the same way years back, though no one ever said arson out loud. "What's your name?" "Tom." The word came out small, swallowed by thunder. Tom wiped his nose on his sleeve, eyes darting to the dark beyond the ruins. They burned it, all of it. Ma and Pa. They're inside still, or what's left. Elias's gut twisted. He knelt, keeping distance, the mud cold through his trousers. Who? Who did this?" Tom's breath hitched. "Don't know. Heard voices before the flames. Arguing. Pa yelling about land, about the well going dry again. Said he'd fight 'em in court. Then torches. I hid in the root cellar. Came up after." "Voices? Men's?" "Yeah. 2, maybe 3. One had a limp, dragged his boot like old man Harrow from the mill." Tom rocked forward, fists clenched in the dirt. "You gonna arrest him? Tell me you're gonna do something." Elias stared at the boy's knuckles, white and raw. Harrow. The name landed like a stone in still water, ripples he couldn't ignore. Town politics, the kind that festered under smiles at the general store. Water rights, grudges over fences, widows left to scrape by while men like Harrow grabbed what they could. "I'll look into it. First light, we'll ride out together. But you can't stay here. Storm's just starting." Tom's eyes narrowed, rain carving tracks down his cheeks. "Go where?" "Auntie's gone. Took the little ones to her sister's. Said it was too dangerous here. My place. Got a spare room. Dry bed, hot meal." Elias stood, offering a hand, but Tom didn't take it. Instead, the boy pushed to his feet, swaying like a reed in the wind. "Why? You don't know me." "Know enough. Kid alone in the rain after his folks burn? Ain't right." Elias's voice cracked on the last word, old ache surfacing, the one he buried under badges and bottles. His sister, lost to a fever in a house that creaked with silence after. No fire, but the emptiness same as this. He turned toward his horse, untying the bedroll. "Come on, or freeze solid." Tom hesitated, glancing back at the ruins, where embers might still glow under the deluge. What if they come back for me? They won't. Not tonight. Elias slung the roll over the saddle, words firmer than he felt. Lies came easy in this job, but this one stuck. He swung up, extending a hand again. Tom grabbed it this time, pull weak but there, hoisting himself behind. The horse shifted under double weight, hooves sucking from mud, as they turned toward the faint glow of town lamps, miles off. They rode in silence first, rain sheeting sideways, Tom's arms locked around Elias's waist like a vice. The trail wound past skeletal oaks, branches clawing at the sky, and Elias felt the boy's shivers through his coat. Memories clawed up unbidden. His own boyhood nights, hiding from Pa's rages, the house heavy with unspoken blames. He nudged the horse faster. "You eat today?" Tom's chin dug into his back. "Yesterday, bread and cheese." "Got stew at home. Venison. My wife makes it." Lie again, but softer. No wife, just the empty chair at the table. Her absence a wound that wept in quiet moments. "She's nice." Was. Elias swallowed against the lump. "Gone 2 years now. Cancer." A pause broken only by the creak of leather and patter of rain. "Sorry." "Don't be. Life does that." They crested a rise, the valley below swallowed in mist. Homesteads like tombstones in the gloom. Elias's own place sat on the edge. A squat cabin with sagging porch, windows flickering yellow from the lantern he left burning. "That there's home. Roof don't leak much." Tom slid down as they halted, boots hitting ground with a squelch. He stood there, dripping, staring at the door like it might bite. Why help? Folks say sheriffs look the other way and stuff like this. Power games, they call it. Elias dismounted, tying the reins to the post. The porch creaked underfoot, boards warped from years of neglect. Inside, the air smelled of pine smoke and stale coffee, the room sparse, iron stove, scarred table, rifle propped by the door. He hung his hat, struck a match to the stove's embers. "Some do, not me. Lost too much to fires already. My pa's place went up same as yours. Never caught who." Tom hovered in the doorway, arms crossed. "You think it's connected?" "Don't know, but whispers say Harrow's been buying up dry wells. Pressuring folks." Elias ladled stew from the pot, steam rising like ghosts. He set a bowl on the table, spoon clinking. "Eat, then we talk more." Tom stepped in, shutting the door against the wind's howl. He sat, scooping a mouthful, eyes closing brief at the warmth. "Tastes good. Ma's was better." Elias poured coffee, black and bitter, sliding a mug over. "Tell me about her." "She fought, always. When Pa drank too much, she'd stand up, say no more. Taught me to read the Bible, said words were weapons." Tom's voice steadied, fork pausing. "Last thing she said was to run if fire came. I didn't listen fast enough." The room fell quiet, save the stove's pop and rain's drum on tin roof. Elias sipped his coffee, the burn grounding him. Old wounds throbbed, the grief he'd locked in the cellar of his chest, cracking open. This boy, mirror to his younger self, trembling but unbroken. "You listened enough. You're here." Tom met his eyes, spoon still. "What now? You gonna make it right?" Elias leaned forward, elbows on table, the weight of badge heavy. "Yeah, starting tomorrow. But tonight you sleep. Door locks from inside." A nod, small but real. Tom shoveled the last bite, bowl scraping wood. Elias watched him rise, move to the spare room down the hall, door clicking shut. Alone, he sat in the flicker of lamplight, the cabin's walls pressing close, memory soaked with losses unspoken. Outside, the storm raged on, but inside, a fragile thread had woven between them, pulling at scars neither asked to share. He blew out the lamp, darkness settling like a promise, or a curse. Word count, 850.